From that point onward, Penny takes a taste of Evade's hack syrup with codeine and vodka, then, at that point, offers him some weed. However, he declines. Penny then, at that point, lets him know that the substance assists with her awful resting routine because of her hypersomnia. Taking note of that, she can rest through the end times. That evening, Penny nods off on Evade's sofa, adequately sure she doesn't awaken in any event, when the TV is playing boisterously and Elsa is vacuuming before her. Evade even squeezes her nose, yet Penny doesn't move an inch. Minutes after the fact, Penny awakens, so Evade strolls her ground floor. As they show up at Penny's place, she gives him his lost letters that erroneously got placed in her postbox, noticing that she saved them for a really long time. Penny additionally gets some information about Linda, believing that she's his flatmate. She says she appeared to be so content with her sweetheart, uncovering that she used to bring a person over to their loft without Evade's information. As a result of this disclosure, Evade returns to his loft and irately discards Linda's effects. He then, at that point, goes to a recreation area to suffocate his distresses with a container of Window More Clean. In any case, regardless of the endeavor to end his life, Evade still awakens the following day, just to find a neglected canine attached to his foot and a paper that simply says, "Sorry." Returning home, he sees disorder breaking out in the roads, however overlooks it. Minutes after the fact, while Evade is watching the report about a monstrous mob, he peruses the lost mail that Penny rewarded him and sees an admission letter from Olivia dated months prior. Then, out of nowhere, a block is tossed through his window from the uproar outside. He attempts to go out, yet hears an uproar in the passage, so he leaves through the emergency exit, all things considered. He brings along Grieved, the canine, and heads down to Penny's loft. There, Evade experiences Owen, Penny's ex, who quickly accepts that he is laying down with Penny. A piece irritated, Evade overlooks him to awaken Penny and caution her about the uproars. However, Owen is attempting to impede him. Evade likewise advises them to move rapidly and leave. Yet Penny is determined about bringing a couple of her music records with her. Penny offers to drive as they attempt to get away from the ongoing issue. However, they find inconvenience finding her vehicle. Certain individuals then begin discharging their weapons, so Owen involves Penny as a human safeguard to safeguard himself. At the point when they get to her vehicle, Penny battles heading out on the grounds that she's trapped in an equal parking spot. Owen goes out to help her, yet he begins chiding Penny for not doing it appropriately. Evade, who simply needs to leave, lets Penny know that he knows somebody with a plane. He says he can take Penny to her family, assuming that she figures out how to get him out of there, so Penny just carelessly drives away without Owen. They run completely dry the following day, so they wind up strolling not too far off. On account of their ongoing circumstance, pressures rise and they begin contending. Avoid says Penny demolished his life, faulting her for not getting Olivia's letter in time. Penny begins feeling regretful thus, so she vows to assist him with tracking down his lost love. She then hails an approaching vehicle and asks the driver, Glenn, to take them to Somerset, and the caring man gives them a lift. Out and about, Penny makes Glenn share his biography, so he admits that he was anticipating committing suicide in the wake of finding out about the apocalypse. Nonetheless, he specifies that doing that will not get him into paradise. Then, at that point, while Glenn is talking, Avoid sees that he has scoops at the rear of his truck, which makes him dubious. Minutes after the fact, Glenn heads over to pee and welcomes Avoid to accompany him, yet he declines. Then, at that point, Penny takes Sorry out for a walk when Glenn returns. Whenever Penny is gone, Glenn advises Evade to kill him rapidly, believing he's the assassin he employed. Avoid is confounded right away, however they figure out how to determine the misconception. Sadly, it isn't well before the genuine professional killer shoots Glenn in the neck and paces off. At the point when Penny returns, they cover him involving the digging tools in the vehicle. They then choose to utilize Glenn's truck. However, since they unintentionally covered the keys with him, they need to uncover him once more. As Evade and Penny keep driving and getting to know one another, they go over a cafe called Frenzies. They then, at that point, meet Darcy and Katie, the excessively cordial servers. As they request, Penny lies that it's Evade's birthday, so the cafe group gives him a little surprise and several kisses. Be that as it may, when things begin getting insane, they get away from the cafe. Subsequently, the two wind up sharing an enthusiastic second in the truck. Be that as it may, Evade thinks twice about it later in view of their age distinction, not having any desire to appear as though he's exploiting Penny. He is sorry, however, Penny forgets about it, letting him know it will undoubtedly work out. As they drive, a cop unexpectedly pulls them over for speeding. Simultaneously, Evade and Penny discover that Glenn's vehicle has a messed up taillight and a lapsed plate number. Given the present status of the world, Penny attempts to beg the official, Wally, to let them go, yet he denies. In this way, they wind up getting secured. In their different cells, Penny begins shouting out of responsibility since she feels like she demolished Avoid's life, however much she destroyed her own. In this way, Avoid attempts to comfort her through the bars and starts discussing his own life to encourage her. Before long, one of the cops discharges them. Do you want to see part 2 of this video? Subscribe to the channel and comment part 2. Thanks for watching. I would see you at part 2.